So hello and welcome to my channel, the Hooked on Crochet Club, and I like to give a yarn review. This is something I give every month inside the Hooked on Crochet Club, and here I thought I would share a taste of what I do for the yarn review, and I'm going to do it with a bit of difference. So this one I'm going to review is cottons. So I actually prefer to work with cottons. It's one of my favorite, it's my go-to fibers. Mostly because of this kind of items I make, but I do love to work with it, especially when it's a good cotton. And I have variety that I choose from for different reasons. Some it's to do with colors, some it's to do with the price, some it's to do with I just love it. Actually, they're all because I just love them. But I thought I would share a few of them here with you. These are my most common go-to. And they're all available online because that's how I purchase them all. So no matter where you are, you'll be able to order these, except for the Hobbii, which doesn't ship to Australia anymore. But anyway, let's go. So the first one I've got here is Bendigo Woollen Mills. Now, a few things I love about this one is it is incredibly soft and beautiful to work with. And one thing I love is that it comes in 200-gram balls, so you can see that's quite a decent size. So this is a good one to have in the stash if you love to just work with some cotton. Downside, it doesn't have a huge range of colours, but it does have colours that I love. And you'll find a nice selection. And they do give out a shade card, which I've actually just got here. So if you're on their list, they do send you shade cards. This one doesn't have, this one's all the wools, but if you are on their list, you can see they'll send the shade cards out. This is typical. Some of these are standard colours across the range and some of them are different, but yeah, you can get those. And it's quite respectably priced for the 200 grams, so you can't go too wrong with there. And if you love a lovely soft cotton, then that is one. Then we have Paintbox. Now this one's from Lovecraft, so it is in the UK. It used to be a lot more affordable to ship to Australia, but there is a price now on shipping, which is still reasonable, but is at the costly end. But the advantage, Paintbox quite often goes on sale. So one thing I love about the Paintbox is it's got quite a substantial colour range, so you get lots of options to choose from, and it is, all of these are nice soft cottons. So I think that's just a standard across these. Some will be softer than the others, but this one I love because of the range of colours. I do find it feels a little bit thinner. So these are supposed to both be like an 8-ply, but I do find the Paintbox, I don't know, just feels a little bit finer than your traditional or other DKs that I work with in 8-plies. But I do love the colour options, and especially if you're shipping to Australia, then I would be looking for the specials so that it kind of counteracts the cost of the shipping. But cost of shipping goes based on the size of your order now. There used to be a free delivery option, but I don't think that's back yet, thanks to wonderful COVID. Now Fiddlesticks, this one I absolutely love as well. This one's a beautiful soft cotton. I've just finished a blanket with this one. This one's the Fiddlesticks Wren, so this is an 8-ply. This one, Finch, same brand, it's just a 10-ply, so it's a bit thicker. It's got a reasonable range of colours and lots of the colours that I love, so I love the muted colours, which is what I'm mostly attracted to. Excuse me, lots of lovely neutrals to go with it as well. Scheepjes Cahlista. This one has quite a substantial colour range as well, so you'll be able to find exactly what you want. This one does tend to be a little bit of a splitty yarn when you're working with it, but not so much that it irritates you. But I do like, this one works up beautifully as well. It is extremely soft. And this one I would use, this one tends to be more like a 10-ply, so it's a little bit thicker, so equivalent to what the Finch would be, just a lot brighter. There's neutrals, there's muted colours as well, so it's got quite a range of colours, some very bright ones. So yeah, there's limited suppliers for that here in Australia, but you can find them. So I buy the Fiddlesticks and the Scheepjes from Ballet Yarns, so I totally recommend going there. Then we've got Rainbow. Hobbii. I'm going to miss this. This one no longer ships to Australia, which is quite disappointing, but I loved the colour range. So I've been using this one mostly for my temperature blankets. It's a beautiful soft cotton, quite often on sale. And so if you're in the US, UK, North America, any other regions than Australia, there's a few others it doesn't ship to now as well. But this one is a really good cotton as a go-to cotton. The more you buy in one order, the cheaper the balls get as well. So I loved that, especially because I would buy quite a volume of them when I buy for my temperature blanket. This one, they give it a different sort of ranking. So they have 8.4, 8.6 and 8.8. I've bought the 8.4 and the 8.8. So this one I would consider a 4-ply, the 8.6 a DK or 8-ply, and the 8.8 more of a 10-ply. Love the colour range, and they've got a Friends cotton as well, which is actually quite good and a little bit cheaper, but I tend to go for the Rainbow as my go-to. Then you got the Scheepjes Cotton 8. This is a nice one as well that is more like a 4-ply, so you can see it uses a 3mm hook. Lovely range of colours as well, so you get a lot more variety in there, a bit like the Cahlistas. So yeah, this is another one. Probably a little bit pricier, but still a really good yarn and worth it. Organicon, sorry. This one I really love as well. It's another one that's a 4-ply, so if you like that finer yarn, this one's really, really soft. Beautiful for anything you're going to make with cotton. Again, a little bit pricier, but definitely worth the cost. Then Dishies, which I have actually done a separate review on, but this one is definitely a go-to yarn. I've used it, like I mostly buy it for my washcloths, which you can see I've got videos for on this site, on my page. Definitely a go-to. A reasonable range of colours as well that you can choose from. I like the more neutral tones, but it does have a couple of bright ones, like a jewel tones. Some pastels, there's a mix there, so yeah, depends. And they've got some multis as well. I have used it on clothing. I've got one top that I have made that I've worn and washed dozens of times, and it's still holding up really well. So this one's a hard wearing cotton. It doesn't tend to pill either, which I love. It's the only one I've really put to the test for that, because the others I haven't washed so much, but this one's a really hard wearing cotton. Definitely worth, especially if you're going to be practicing with washcloths. And then Finch that I've mentioned, this one is super soft, so I don't tend to like to work with the thicker yarns, like these are the two thicker ones, but they do both work up really, really nicely. So yeah, I tend to use a 5mm hook, and yeah, it works well. I tend to show you all the different blues. It was just easier, makes it look pretty. But yeah, so if you have any particular yarns that you would like me to do a review, be sure to add a comment and let me know. But I like to aim for one review a month. But yeah, if you're after a cotton, then these are some that I would totally recommend. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.